You can bet your last money this is going to be a stone gas, honey. It's Buddy's Sports Bar. With all the schools changing conferences, it's going to be a mess, to say the least. Somewhere down the road, there's going to be some major changes. Oh, yeah. The NCAA, as we have known it, will no longer exist. It'll be a Big Five and then the rest of the guys. And some of these teams that are in the Big Five conferences now are going to find themselves on the outside looking in because they don't have a big-time football program. Of course, they can always be that homecoming game. We'd like to welcome Clorox Bleach as a sponsor. Remember, they not only get your white things white, they do more. In part two of looking at our local sports venues, I'll look back at Strawberry Hill and some of my exciting moments out there. One day, Frog and I climbed up in a tree on the backstretch to look at the races, and lo and behold, I got my foot stuck. I pulled my foot out. There wasn't nothing else there. Zoom, boom, bam, good, God damn, God, shoot. I went about 30 feet in less than 3 seconds, hit that ground like a you-know-what. Got up, shaking. I don't know if I was good or not, but we decided that we were going to hop over the fence that you see in that picture. And Frog went first, and he made it to the infield. When I turned around to push myself off the fence, I hit my feet, landed back on my butt, kind of knocked myself silly. Next thing I knew, damn, there's a car coming down the backstretch. They were qualifying. People yelled and screamed. I got up, we got in the infield. Then security was chasing us. We ended up at Johnny Roberts' pits, and Mr. Roberts was kind enough to say, hey, these boys are with us, so let them go. And they let us go. That was the day there was a huge fire. You can see that picture in the slide. And Johnny Roberts' car was messed up severely, but he got out of his car, crawled into one of those cars that's in the fire in the background, that was upside down, unbuckled the driver, and pulled the drivers out, saving his butt. Roberts got a pretty damn nasty cut on his arm there doing such, and I believe he was awarded some humanitarian award from NASCAR that year, which was well-deserved, because if he hadn't done it, well, you know what would have happened there. Another time at Strawberry Hill, Warren Wolstenholme and myself hopped the fence, and we made it on around to the pits, hobnobbing with all the big names of the time. And Warren and I ended up sitting on the front guardrail with, that's right, he was the prince at that time. Later he would be known as the King, Richard Petty, and Buddy Baker. We're sitting there sipping on Pepsi Colas, and along came, that's right, the lady in the picture, the lovely Miss Linda Vaughn. And Buddy was trying to be, I guess, cool. And he said, you know, Linda, I had this dream about you last night. She looked right in Buddy's eyes and said, well, Buddy, I sure hope that was a damn good dream, because that's as close as you'll ever get. The next moment, I got Pepsi Cola flowing out my nose from choking back. Richard Petty's coughing up Pepsi. And Lord have mercy, you won't see those days again. Friends, Keith Jackson would have said it best. What's the point? You've all seen them. College pro football coaches on the sidelines covering up the faces while they're speaking into a microphone. Do they actually believe the other team has somebody on the opposing side reading their lips? Think about that. Think about the logistics that are involved to do something to counter a play that the whole process is supposed to take place in 30 seconds. It ain't happening, my man. It just ain't happening. Same for baseball players. What the hell do they think they're doing out there on the mound covering up their faces? They must be thinking that they're Asians in the stands, because they'd have to be reading their lips from the side, if you remember that old story. You, not me. I ain't that damn paranoid. Bill Muse announced that if he is appointed czar of amateur sports in America, one of his first missions will be to cut funding for a lot of the United States Olympic team. We do not need professional athletes on an amateur sports team. Look back at the 1980 Miracle on Ice. Not a professional player on that hockey team. We don't need a bunch of X Games sports proliferating what's supposed to be the Olympics. BMX bicycle riding, skateboarding? You think the Greeks did that? I'm not too sure about that. Let alone, we do not need any of these political agendas being a part of the Olympics. They're supposed to be Olympic Games, not Olympic protest. Stephen Ahold Jones demanded that Major League Baseball remove a Japanese pitcher who does not speak English and needs an interpreter. But he failed to address the fact that many Hispanic baseball players in the major leagues also do not habla English. So what is his goal? Does he plan on making internment camps for these people? I wonder what's next on his agenda. With all of the hoopla about the COVID vaccinations, both the University of Virginia and VPI said they had mandated that all players get the shots, unless they had a medical reason or there was religious beliefs or they had a note from mama saying she didn't want her boy to get that shot. So as we come to the end of another exciting chapter in Buddy's Sports Bar, happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. This has been a Don Cornelius production in association with the Don Cornelius Dancers and Soul Train. Peace, love, and rock and roll.